Ninth sign. One of the various kinds of miracles of God's most noble messenger, upon whom be blessings and peace, is that, like human beings, trees obeyed his orders, and moving from their places came to him. There is also consensus in meaning concerning the reports of these miracles, like those of water flowing from his fingers. They have been narrated in numerous forms and through numerous channels. Indeed, the consensus concerning trees leaving their places and coming to him may be regarded as clear and unambiguous, because the best known of the companions, such as Ali, Ibn Abbas, Ibn Mas'ud, Ibn Umar, Ya'la bin Murrah, Jabir, Anas bin Malik, Buraida, Usama bin Zayd, and Ghailan bin Salama, all reported the same miracle with certainty. Hundreds of scholars of the succeeding generation narrated the miracle from one of the above-mentioned companions through a different line of transmission, as though transmitting it to us in the form of multiple consensus. Thus, this miracle of the trees has decisively and indisputably the certainty of consensus in meaning. We will now cite only a few examples of it, although it was repeated many times. First example. Foremost, Imam Majah and Al-Darimi narrate from Anas bin Malik and Ali, and Imam Bayhaqi from Umar, that the noble messenger, upon whom be blessings and peace, was saddened at the denial of the unbelievers. He prayed, "O my sustainer, give me a sign that I shall no longer see anyone who contradicts me." According to Anas, Gabriel was also present, upon whose instruction God's messenger, upon whom be peace, called to a tree at the side of the valley. It came near him. He then told the tree to go back. It returned and settled itself in its place. Second example. In Al-Shifa, Al-Sharif, Qadi Iyad, the leading scholar of the Maghrib, relates from Abdullah bin Umar through an exalted and sound chain of narrators. On one expedition, a Bedouin approached the noble messenger, upon whom be blessings and peace. God's messenger, upon whom be peace, asked him, "Where are you going?" He replied, "To my family." God's messenger asked him, "Don't you want something better than that?" The Bedouin asked, "What is that?" The messenger, upon whom be peace, said, "That you bear witness that there is no God but God, He is one, He has no partner, and that Muhammad is His servant and messenger." The Bedouin asked, "What is witness to this testimony?" God's messenger, upon whom be peace, said, "The tree beside the valley shall bear witness." Ibn Umar said, shaking, "The tree cleft the earth and came to God's messenger, upon whom be peace. He asked the tree 3 times to testify. Each time it testified to his truthfulness. When he ordered, it went back and settled in its place." According to the authentic narration of Ibn Sahib al-Aslami, Buraida reports, "When we were with the noble messenger, upon whom be blessings and peace, on an expedition, a Bedouin came and asked for a sign, that is, a miracle. The messenger, upon whom be peace, said, 'Tell that tree that God's messenger summons it.' Then he pointed to a tree. It swayed to right and left, heaved itself out of the ground with its roots, and came to the messenger, upon whom be peace, saying, 'Peace be upon you, O messenger of God.' The Bedouin said, 'Now let it go back to its place.' He commanded, and it went. Then the Bedouin said, 'Allow me to prostrate before you.' The messenger, upon whom be peace, replied, 'No one is permitted to do that.' The Bedouin said, 'Then I will kiss your hands and feet,' and he permitted him. Third example. Foremost, the Sahih of Muslim and the authentic books of Hadith relate that Jabir said, "We were together with God's noble messenger, upon whom be blessings and peace, on an expedition when he searched for a place to answer the call of nature. There was nowhere secluded, so he went towards 2 trees, caught hold of the branches of one of them, and pulled. Obeying him, the tree went together with him to the second tree. It was like an obedient camel being led by its reins. Having in this way brought the two trees together, he said, "Join together over me, with God's permission." The two trees joined together and formed a screen. After relieving himself behind them, he ordered them to go back, and they returned to their places. According to another narration, Jabir said, "God's messenger, upon whom be peace, commanded me, tell those trees to join together for the relief of God's messenger. I told them to do so, and they joined together. Then while I was waiting, God's messenger, upon whom be blessings and peace, emerged and indicated to left and right with his head. The two trees returned to their places." Fourth example. Usama bin Zayd, one the brave commanders and servants of the noble messenger, upon whom be blessings and peace, reports in an authentic narration, "We were together with God's messenger on an expedition. There was no secluded private place in which to answer the call of nature. He asked, 'Can you see any trees or rocks?' I replied, 'Yes, I can.' He ordered, 'Speak to them and tell them to join together for the relief of God's messenger. Also tell the rocks to gather together as a wall.' I went and said as he commanded. I swear that the trees joined together and the rocks formed a wall. God's messenger, upon whom be peace, after relieving himself, again commanded, 'Tell them to separate. I swear by the glorious one, in the grasp of whose power I am, that the trees and rocks separated and returned to their places.'" These two incidents, which were reported by Jabir and Usama, were also reported by Ya'la bin Murrah, Ghailan bin Salam al-Thaqafi, and Ibn Mas'ud, but as referring to the Battle of Hunayn. Fifth example. Reported by Imam bin Fawrak, known for his excellence in interpretation as the foremost scholar of his time and the second Shafi'i. While travelling on horseback one night during the Taif expedition, sleep overcame God's noble messenger, upon whom be peace. While in that state, a lote tree loomed up before him. To make way for him, and not to hurt his horse, the tree split in two, and the noble messenger, upon whom be peace, passed between the two parts of the tree on the horse. The tree has remained with two trunks in that honoured position up to our time. Sixth example. Ya'la bin Murrah relates in an authentic narration, "During an expedition, a tree, called either Talha or Samura, came, passed around God's noble messenger, upon whom be peace, as if circumambulating, and went back to its place. God's messenger, upon whom be peace, said, 'The tree requested of God that it should salute me.'" Seventh example. Scholars of Hadith relate from Ibn Mas'ud with an authentic narration. When, seeking guidance, the jinn of Nusaybin came to the noble messenger, upon whom be peace, in the place called Batn al-Nakhl, a tree informed him of their coming. Also, Imam Mujahid relates from Ibn Mas'ud in the same hadith. The jinn asked for a proof of his prophethood, so the noble messenger, upon whom be peace, commanded the tree, and it left its place, came to him, then returned to its place. That single miracle was sufficient for the race of jinns, so if a human being does not come to believe having heard of 1,000 miracles like this one, is he not more of a devil than those described by the jinn as some foolish ones among us? Eighth example. Tirmidhi reports in his Sahih from Ibn Abbas, through a sound line of transmission, God's noble messenger, upon whom be blessings and peace, asked a Bedouin, "Will you testify that I am the messenger of God if a branch of that tree comes to me when I call to it?" He replied, "Yes." The messenger, upon whom be peace, called to the branch. It broke off and jumped over near him, then jumped back when he told it to do so. There are many other examples similar to these 8 that are narrated through many chains of transmission. 7 or 8 strands of rope form a strong cable when they are put together. Similarly, the miracles related to trees, which were reported on the authority of the best-known and most veracious companions in thus numerous chains of transmission, certainly have the strength of consensus in meaning, indeed, true consensus. In fact, they take on the form of consensus when passed down by the companions to the following generation. In particular, the accurate books of Hadith, such as Bukhari, Muslim, Ibn Hibban, and Tirmidhi, ensured that the chains of authorities leading back to the time of the companions were so sound, and they kept them thus that reading a Hadith, say in Bukhari, is like hearing it directly from the companions. If, as seen in the above examples, trees recognize God's messenger, upon whom be blessings and peace, testify to his prophethood, visit and salute him, and obey his orders, aren't those lifeless, unreasoning creatures who call themselves human beings, yet do not recognize him or believe in him, more worthless than a dead tree? Do they not resemble pieces of wood, fit for the fire?